Well, good morning. This is Joanne Marime, your career and confidence coach. Um, so today I just wanted to come on here and really just talk about gratitude and just what has been happening the past couple of days and how I've gotten through some of the challenges that I've had, but also just to remind everybody that's going through a hard time today that that too will pass and you'll come out through the other side and you will be much happier and much better. So, last week was my birthday week and I had such a great time. I was working throughout the week, but then my friends came over the weekend and we were able to go all over Austin, and I was able to really spend time with them and talk about, a lot of stuff and laugh and eat and drink, and we had such a good time. So I'm so grateful to have such good friends, for the blessing of friendship. um but during the week last week, I had, those thoughts that come into your head, and I've come to recognize them as when the devil speaks to you. If you're a person of faith, you will understand what I mean. When all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and for some reason all you're focusing on is all the things you do not have. And so that day, the devil had me focusing on, oh my God, I'm running behind. I've just turned 36 years old. Oh my gosh, where is my partner? Where is my person? The people I've been meeting turn out to be great, but then it always ends up being, oops, this is not the person for you. I did pray some time back and I said, God, if these people are not for me, take them away. And God has done a great job of answering that prayer. So He's always, removing the people that do not, that are not going to be the people that He wants in my life. And so I'm so grateful for that. But then I had a therapy session as well, and my therapy session went very well. By the way, if you're not in therapy, I would advise that you take advantage of it. I do mine once a month. I just check in with my therapist to just talk about anything. It doesn't have to be that I'm struggling. It can just be, hey, I just want to see how, just let's just check in and see where we are at. And I can tell you it's been so helpful. So if you can afford it, I would highly encourage that you get a therapist, because trust me, it's a safe space to talk about anything. And so I was ranting and raving about, oh my God, it's another Valentine's that's coming up, and I'm gonna be single yet again. It seems like every single year, right about Valentine's, I'm always single. So it's become a trend, and I just feel terrible. And so she asked me, hey, what are you doing to celebrate yourself, to love on yourself? And, why not take that day of love to love on yourself? Take that day to take yourself out to dinner, dress really, really well, write a whole list of all the stuff that God has done for you. Sit and you remember that God says in His word that He will never leave you, He will never forsake you. So God is right there with you. So despite the fact that you're not able to see Him with your natural eyes, He's right there with you. So why not have dinner with Him? Have dinner with Him. Go buy yourself really good dinner, buy yourself flowers, go and sit at a table and just really have dinner with God and have a conversation with God. And just remember that God says something that no man can ever promise you, because we're human. So we will never, as much as we promise that we'll never leave you, sometimes we can. Some shit happens, divorces happen, death happens, a lot of stuff happens. People change all the time. But God says, God does not change. God is one of the most consistent. He's the only constant in this world. So why not have dinner with God? And so this upcoming, February, which is a month of love, I'm going to love on myself more than I've ever done before. I am going to put on the best clothes, put on my makeup. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked, but I'm also going to reward myself. So if you're out there and you're feeling depressed and you're wondering, where is my person? Or you're wondering, maybe your marriage has fallen apart, your relationships have fallen apart. Maybe you just got dumped. God knows, whatever has been happening. Maybe you just lost your job. Maybe just a lot has happened in the last 30 days of 2023. I'm here to remind you that God loves you and that you can love on yourself. And just know that all these things will pass, and your person is coming. And when he does appear, or when she does appear, you're going to be so grateful that all those people never stayed, because it will become so clear why that would never work. But this, because this was what was meant for you. Now, as you're waiting for that kingdom person or that person for you, pray for them. Pray that wherever they are, wherever your spouse is, wherever your person is, that God is taking care of them, that they are being the very best, that they are building those businesses, that they are being the best in their industry, that they are just living their best life, because you want them to find you when they are whole, when they've also built something. So when you guys come together, you will be unstoppable. He's gonna know, or she's gonna know how to treat you. Sometimes you go into these relationships and you're told you're too much. You're too expecting this. You wake up too early. You sleep too late. You're doing ABCD. But I promise you, that person will think, exactly, this is exactly what I've been looking for. So you do you, boo, and don't let anybody stop you. And just remember, just like this bread says, you are so loved. Happy Tuesday.